Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to what has to be day number 3. Yes, day number 3, week 13, day number 3, week 13, spring 2025 of our journey together, day number 3, week 13, spring 2025 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight, it's certainly a delight to have each and every one of you here for this evening's classes. All right, let's begin. So like I said, the last thing we ended off with was, sets. And we started off with a question that asks for the union. Now today we're going to be looking at the question that asks for the what we call the intersection. Okay, so yesterday we dealt with the union. Today we're going to be looking at the intersection. And the question says, write this down for me, please. It says, the Venn diagram shows the sets P and Q contained in the universal set. This is a symbol for universal set. And then we have the set P, all right? And then we have the set Q, and we have X, S, and Z. And it says list the elements in the set. P is intersection of Q. This intersect list the elements in the set. P intersect Q. All right, and so that's what.
It's look like the same diagram. Do we have to draw this again, or we could just leave it if it's on the same page?
If it's on the same page, no, it's a new day. No, just draw it again. It's a new day. We don't wanna have that old one. So draw it again, and then we're gonna have, because it's a new start and a new day, let's do that. Let's account for it.
Okay.
We're gonna do P intersect Q. Now, so first of all, let's do that. Let's first define what we mean by the intersection. And so what we have here is, we have this one right here. This right here is the symbol for the intersection. This is a symbol for the intersection. Intersection. So intersection. Intersection. Now, class, what do we mean by intersection? What do we mean by the intersection?
Can I answer?
Go ahead. Yes, we can.
The intersection means what is both common with P and Q.
Very good. So the intersection is the elements. So elements. Oh gosh. Elements that are in common. Elements that are in common. So what does that mean? That means that once it's inside of both, then it's common. It has to be inside of both sets. All right, so it's in common. The elements that are in common. So first, let's list off the elements that are in P. And class, are y'all writing this down? Let me know if y'all are writing this down, please. Again,
Yes,
are you writing this down? Let me know if you're writing this down.
Yes, sir.
Good. So
yes, sir.
P, what are the elements of P? So let's go ahead and list the elements of P. Okay. And so the elements of P are going to be what? Obviously, T, right? So T, what else? Y. So T, Y, W, and A. T, Y, W, and A. So those are the elements that are inside P. And by P, I mean inside of the big circle. All of this. Those are the elements that are inside of P. And so Anaya, what are gonna be the elements in P? Anaya.
T and Y.
Anaya, what are the elements inside of P?
T, Y, W, A.
Very good. T, Y, W, and A. Class, there's a question for anyone. Are the elements in P only T and Y? Or does it include W and A as well?
It includes
W and A.
It includes what?
W and A.
It includes W and A. That's very important. Some people just think that the elements of P are just T and Y. No, it includes W and A. All right, so that's a very important one there. Okay, so let's go ahead and list the elements of, say, Ivory. Where's Ivory? Ivory, can you hear me? Where's Ivory?
Yes, sir.
You hear me clearly? 'Cause I don't want you to say that you can't hear me.
Yes, I can now.
Okay, good. All right, so now the elements of Q. Elements of Q. So the elements of Q are going to be what? What are the elements that are inside of Q, class? What are the elements that are inside of Q?
T, Y.
Just Q, just Q,
W, A. W, A.
A.
just W and A,
and W.
just A and W or W and A, okay? So A and W. Does your curly brackets look better than mine? Because I feel like mine doesn't look with sense.
Yes.
Does your curly brackets look better than mine? Only one person. Or all y'all struggling with the curly brackets like me?
Yes.
Got that.
No, I
no,
can't.
no, sir.
No? What? So only me struggling with the curly brackets. All right, so we have W and A as P, and then as Q, and then T, Y, and W and A as P. So my question is, what is common? Right. So what is common in both P and Q? What elements are
A,
common?
W.
A and W.
A and W. Very good. A and W. And so let's go ahead and circle them. So we're gonna circle the A. So let's go A, circle, circle, circle. All right, and then we're gonna circle the W. We're circling them because they are common. The A's are common and the W's are common as well. So that means that the elements that are in P intersect Q is gonna be A and W. It's gonna be A and W. All right, class, does that make sense to you all? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you all
Yes, sir.
Yes,
or
sir.
not.
Yes, sir.
Make sense? Okay, so it's gonna be A and W. All right. What does Shantasia, where's Shantasia? Shantasia, rather. Shantasia.
Sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What do we mean when we say the intersection? What do you mean when we say the intersection? What does that mean? What does intersection mean, Shantasia? Do you know or you need me to explain it again?
I don't know because I just joined.
You just joined. Read it there. It says it right there. Read it for me. Go ahead.
Intersection elements that are in common.
Very good. So let's try it again. When we say intersection, what do we mean?
Like elements that are in common, like
Ele-
numbers, letters.
Very good. Elements that are in common. So the ones that are in common. I did. All right. So when we say common, that means that it occurs in both what? In both sets, right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Good. That's what we say common. So, what are the elements that are in common? So let's list P. What are the elements in P? P is gonna be what?
T,
What
Y,
else? Y. What else?
W,
W. And what else? What else? Shantasia. What are elements of P? Shantasia.
T and Y.
T, Y. Are those the only elements of P?
A and W.
A and W, very good, because it's a part of this whole big set. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So all of this is P. All this is P. All right, now let me erase this. And so now what we need is we need to figure out what are the elements that are in common though. So what are the elements in Q? The elements in Q are gonna be what? What are elements in Q? Shantasia?
A and W.
A and W, very good. So A and W are the elements in Q. Okay. And so if we look for P, P is T, Y, W, and A. If you look at Q, Q is A and W, right? So we have to find what is common. What is common in both of them? Shantasia.
A and W.
A and W. So A and W is common in both sets. All right, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. The rest of us, does that make sense for A and W? Let me know if that makes sense to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, good. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Do we understand this question? The intersection of P and Q. Let me know, please, if y'all understand it.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm not only talking to Rodrigo. The rest of us, do we understand this question? Let me know, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, I have Ronald work, Kyla work, Tiffany, Tania, Shanair. The rest of you, where's your work? Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. The rest of us. Okay. Okay. So let's move on from this question. I think we're pretty good with this. Let me go ahead and move on from this. Let me go ahead and move on. All right, so I think we're pretty good. Y'all good with this, right? So let me move on with this. So the next thing that we want, let me go ahead and clear our drawings. You don't have to draw the thing again. So you don't have to draw it again. But the next thing that we want is, can anyone pronounce this? Y'all know what this means?
Q complement.
Say it again, Chanel.
Q complement.
Q complement, very good, Q complement. And so Q complement, so Q complement, that's how this is pronounced. You pronounce this as Q complement. Q complement. Judea, where's Judea? Judea, can you hear me? Judea, can you hear me? So we have Q complement. Okay, Q complement. What does Q complement mean? What does Q complement mean?
Everything looks like
Everything that is not inside Q.
Say it again.
Everything looks like Q.
Everything that
Everything.
is not inside.
Everything that is not inside Q. Anyone else? What do we mean by Q complement? What do you mean by Q complement? So Q complement means, this means that we want all the elements, every last one. So all the elements in the universal set, in the universal set. So Q complement means that we want all of the elements in the universal set, in the universal set. So you want all the elements in the universal set except what? Except set Q. That's what we mean by Q complement. So go ahead, Alea, read the definition for Q complement.
Q complement means all the elements in the universal set except set Q.
Very good. So we want all the elements in the universal set except for set Q. And Aiden Deal, go ahead and read the definition for Q complement. Aiden Deal.
Q complement means all the elements in the universal set except set Q.
Very good. So we do not include with set. Class, we do not include with set. Which set do we not include?
Set Q.
We do not include set Q. That's the set that we don't include. Right? So we don't include that. And so what that means is, that means that we could include all of this. We can include all of that. We can include all of this. We can include all of this.
We cannot include anything in the circle.
We can include all of this. We can include all of this. We actually could include all of this. And we actually could include all of this. And we could include all of this. And we could include all of this. And we actually can include all of this and all of this. But what are we not including? I don't know if y'all could see it, but what are we not including? What are we not including? Don't be shy to answer. Anyone can answer.
A and W.
Set, what is A and
Set
W?
Q.
The set that is inside
Q.
of what? The set
Q,
that
what is
Q.
W and A?
And W.
very good. We do not include Q. So we include all of that, but Q, we don't touch it. So we don't touch this guy. So we do not include A and W. That is what we do not include. So let's go, if that's the case, and we know it's the case, let's go ahead and do this. So that means we're gonna have Z, we're gonna have S, we're gonna have X, we're gonna have T, sorry, we're gonna have Y, we're gonna have T. Do we include A and W? Do we include that? No.
No.
So that means that Q complement is gonna be equal to, wow, why all of a sudden I'm drawing my stuff bad? So Q complement is gonna include X, help me out, S, what else? C, what else? Y, and what else? And T.
C.
So those are gonna be the elements for Q complement. All right. Does that make sense to y'all? Class, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. The rest of us, does this make sense? Let me know if this makes sense, please. The rest
Yes,
of
sir.
us.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay. All right, good. All right, so let's go ahead and write this answer down then. So Q complement is equal to X S C Y, and Z. And those are going to be all of the elements in the universal set except for Q. All right. And Travanti, say it again.
Can I go for my geometry set?
Yes, we can. Where is Charlita? Charlita, do you understand this? Charlita.
Sir.
Good. Chavarian, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Chavarian. And Cleveland Ramsey, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Good. Debria, do you understand this, or you need me to explain this? Debria, Devo.
Can you explain it again, please?
So we have Q and a dash in front. That's what they want us to figure out. Q and this dash. And that means, how do we say it? What does it mean, Debria?
Q complement.
Very good. Q complement. That's what this means. All right. And we would read the definition. It means what?
It means all the elements in the universal set except set Q.
Very good. So we're going to include all of the elements inside the set, every last one, all of them. All of them we include, every last one. But we do not include the one that is set that is inside Q. We do not include that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Can y'all see my two red stuff, or y'all only see one?
I could see two.
See the two.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I wasn't even
Going round
expect
and
that.
round.
Wow, brain rot. All right, good. So it's going to be, I don't even know how I did that.
See, I think when you move it fast, it just
Oh, it
the
lags.
laptop or computer is a little slow.
Okay.
So it's like it's lag.
Are you calling my computer slow?
No, I'm just saying, and that not all the time, and the apps like receive.
He's calling my computer slow, guys. Thank you, Cleveland. I remember that. All right, so Debria, we do not include Q, so that means that we have X, right? So we have X, we have S, we have Z, we have T, and we have Y, but we do not include A and W. That makes sense, Debria?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Class, does that make sense to the rest of us? Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Y'all finished with this? Let me know if y'all finished with writing this down. If so, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need to see your work. I need everyone to take a picture of their work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where is Ivory? Ivory, do you understand this? Ivory. Where's Ivory? Q.
Yes, I think I do.
Oh, you think you do? Explain what you understand from this.
I know the little dash. I'm pretty sure the little dash means everything except Q.
Mhm.
And then, because we did this in class, and then, yeah, everything that wouldn't be in Q. But I was confused because my teacher told me that if it has a united symbol or whatever it's called, that you shouldn't do what's with P and Q. But then I saw in one of our previous classes that you did what was in P and Q, so that confused me. So what should I do about that?
Okay, so you mean with P union Q? You mean that?
Yeah, so, but it have the little colon thing on the side of it.
You mean
No, so the little, yeah, that, yes, so that,
you mean with all these dash?
yes, sir.
We haven't done this one. The only thing we have done is it without. So if you have it just like this, which is what we had, that means that you include all of P and all of Q. But if it has the dash symbol on top of it, then obviously you do not include what's inside P and Q. But our question did not have that dash. Our question just was P and P union Q. So when it's P union Q like that, then you include everything that's in P and Q. But if it has the dash on top, then you have to do not include what's in P and Q. So the dash tells us that we do not include it. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. So what is our answer for this? What is Q complement?
Everything except what's in Q. So
Which will be
X,
what?
T, S, Y, Z.
Say it again.
X, T, S, Y, and Z.
Very good. That's how we got Q complement. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, the rest of us, you already sent in your work? Let me know, please, so we can move from this. Are y'all done? Okay. Okay, any questions on this before I move on? Let me know, please.
I understand.
That's good. Daxia Smith, where's Daxia Smith? Daxia Smith, can you hear me? Where's Daxia?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand this?
No, sir.
No? What part don't you understand?
I just arrived in the
Oh,
class.
you just arrived. Okay, well, that's a different story. Judea, where's Judea? All right, let's move on from this. Again, let's move on from this. So we can take a picture of it, Daxia, so you could have it. And then we can move on from this. I don't want us to take forever on this question. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay. All right, so let's clear our drawings. All right, so the next question says that we want N. No, let's not use pink. Clear our drawings. So the next question says that we want N, open bracket. So N, open bracket, P. N, open bracket, P. What does that mean? And open bracket P. What does that mean?
The number of elements inside P.
Very good. So that means that the number, the N stands for number, right? So number of elements, number of elements in what? In P. That's what N open bracket P stands for, the number of elements in P. Okay, the number of elements in P. Okay, good. So we want to figure out what is the number of elements in P. So we have the count, right? Obviously we have the count. And so let's go ahead and tell me what's inside P. So what are the elements that are inside P? Let's list them out. The elements that are in P are going to be what?
T and Y.
T and Y. Only T and Y, right? Because only T and Y in P. Right?
A and W.
No, sir. No, sir.
Only T and Y.
No, sir. No, sir.
What? That's more than just T and Y. I only see T and Y. I don't know what else you see.
Two more. Two more.
Which is what?
A and W.
But A and W is a part of Q though.
But that's not work in the whole.
Q circle is inside of P.
So you're telling me that A and W is also part of P?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I agree. So we have to do what? A and W. So A, comma W. And so this is going to be like that. Boom. And so we have T, Y, A, and W. Again, we have T, Y, A, and W. All right. All right, good. All right, good. So the question, we're not finished with the question. The question said, what is the number of elements in P?
That's why I ain't going to say you, because you going by
So Charlton, where's Charlton?
one with all them.
Charlton. Charlton, can you hear me? Where's Charlton? Natasha, Charlton. So, Natasha Charlton, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear from her. Trinasia rule. Where's Trinasia?
Yes, sir.
So I want to know what is the number of elements in P. So we know that P has T, W, and A. So what is the number of elements in P? Do you know, Trinasia? Can anyone help, Trinasia? What is the number of elements in P?
W and A.
No, the
Four.
number of elements in P.
4.
Four, very good. Like how much or how many? How many elements are in P? So T is obviously 1. Okay, that's 1 element. Okay, T is 1 element. 2 is what? Another element. And then 3 is obviously another element. And then 4 is obviously another element. And so the number of elements in P is what? It's 4.
Four.
It's 4. Okay. Class, do y'all understand this? Let me know, please, if y'all understand this.
Yes, sir.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's good. I'm only hearing from the same 3%. The rest of you, do y'all understand how I
Yes,
got
sir.
this? Let me know, please.
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the number of elements in P is going to be 4 because there are only 4 elements or 4 members in P. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. That's good. Where is, so we have Shavarian, you understand this? Shavarian, do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay, how did we get 4?
We count the sets in P,
The number of elements in P.
the number of elements in P,
And what are the elements in P?
T, Y, and A and W.
Very good. T, Y, and A and W. Joseph, do you understand this? Where's Joseph? Joseph, do you understand this? Where's Joseph?
Yes, sir.
How do we get 4? How do we get 4, Joseph? Class, how did we get 4? Because I don't think Joseph was paying attention. How do we get 4?
We
The
count how much
number
of them is in
elements
P.
in
Very good. We count how many elements in P, Joseph. So Joseph, how did we get 4? How do we get 4, Joseph? Where's Joseph? I can't hear from Joseph. Cleveland, how did we get 4? Cleveland, where's Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
How did we get 4?
By taking T, Y, A, and W
Mm-hmm.
and putting in the arrows, giving you 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Very
This would
good.
make there are 4 letters in P.
Very good. There are 4 elements. Very good. Very good. Good stuff. All right. Next. Let's move on from this. So that means that the value of n open bracket P, or the number of elements in P, is definitely 4. All right, take a picture of that and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's gonna be, I think that's the last set question. And that'll be us for sets. Only have that, so it's 4 questions. Good. Oh no, there's one more. There's one more. That's a good question. This is actually a tough question. I don't even know why did they put this question. All right, can y'all read this? Can y'all read this? Anyone read this? What is it saying?
Number of elements in P complement intersect Q complement.
Union Q complement.
Union? Union or intersection?
Intersection.
Intersection. So wait, the union is like this, or the union is like this?
Union.
Mm,
The union is the first one, the
Alright.
intersection is the second.
Is the union this, or the union this?
The union is the first. Not the second one, the first one.
The first one. So the first one is the union. All right, Malia? The first one is the union. So this symbol right here, what is this symbol? What is this symbol?
Intersect.
Intersection. Intersection. Very good. And so what we have that this is the intersection. So we have, you know, the number of elements, right? The number of elements in P complement intersect Q complement. Because we have the figure, the number of elements in P complement intersect Q complement. All right. So let me go ahead and, so the first thing I would do, honestly, is I would figure what is P complement. So let's do P complement. So P complement is going to be what? What is P complement, class? What is P complement?
X,
Everything
S, and Z.
No, I want by definition. What do we mean by P complement?
Everything outside of a P.
All the elements in a universal set except P.
Very
Set
good.
P.
All of the elements in the universal set except for P. So let's go ahead and figure that out. So P complement is going to be all of this, all of this, all of this, except for what?
P.
Except for P. So we can't include nothing that's inside the set. Not a thing. So we can't include none of that. None of that, none of that. Okay. Okay, so that means, sorry, we can't include nothing inside of the circle. That's P. So we cannot include anything inside of P. So P is not included. So what does that mean? That means that the number of elements, sorry, that means that the elements in the complement of P is going to be everything except for P. And what are the elements in P? I mean, out on the outside of P.
X, S, and Z.
They're going to be X, they're going to be S, it's going to be Z. And so those are the elements that are on the outside. So X, S, and what else? And Z. Okay, that is the complement of P. X, S, and Z. Okay, now since we already know that, now I need to know, honestly, I need to know what is Q complement. So what is Q complement? Class, how do we define Q complement? What is that?
Everything except set Q.
Everything in the universal set except for
Set Q.
Very good. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me move all this. So we can include P, but we just can't include Q. So let's go ahead and go ahead and put a red so we can include this most, this. So we could include Q. I mean, we can include P, but we can't include Q. Okay. All right. So with that being said, okay, good. What are the elements of Q? It's W and A, right? So we cannot include this. So class, what are going to be the elements of Q complement? Q complement is going to be what? X. What else? S. What else?
C.
Z,
T.
Y,
T, Y.
T.
So that means that the elements of Q complement is going to be what? X, S, C, T. What else? And Y. All right. And so that's the elements of Q complement. Does that make sense to you all? How we got Q complement? Let me know, please, if y'all understand that.
Yes,
How we
sir.
got Q
Yes,
complement.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do y'all
Yes,
understand how we
sir.
got both Q
Yes, sir.
and P complement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Is there anyone who do not understand how we got P and Q complement? If you do not understand how we got that P and Q complement, go ahead.
I don't understand.
You understand? So Q complement. What does Q complement mean, Joseph?
X5, Z, T, Y.
No, what does it mean? So Q complement means all of the elements in Q, all of the elements in the universal set except for Q, which means that we do not include none of the elements that are inside Q, right? So we can include the X, we can include the S, we can include the T, we can include the Z, we can include the Y, but we cannot include Q, the W and the A. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we have X, S, Z, T, and Y, but we do not include Q. That makes sense? We don't include Q. All right? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The same thing with P, complement. We include all of the elements on the outside except for the ones that are a part of P. So we do not include T, we do not include Y, we do not include A, we do not include W. All right, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right, so what does that mean? That means that we have to move on from this. So now we need to get the intersection of P and Q. What is the intersection of P and Q? What do they have in common? So they have X in common. What else do these sets have in common besides X? Is there any other thing that they have in common?
S,
Yes.
S, very good. Good.
and Z.
Do they have anything else in common?
Z.
Z.
And Z. All right, so they have X, S, and Z. Those are what's common. All right, does that make sense to y'all? So P complement intersect Q complement is going to be equal to what? It's going to be equal to what? X, what else? S, what else? And Z. So back to our question, we want to figure what is the number of elements, in P intersect Q. So let's go ahead and count. So this is going to be 1. This 1. This is 2. Okay. This is
So the
3.
answer will be 3.
This is 3. And so the number of elements in P complement intersect Q complement is definitely 3. It's definitely 3. All right, class. See you.
Mr. Petit,
Yes.
Per element.
Yes. Go ahead.
and the easier way.
Go ahead.
I was trying to figure out why we doing all this, and the easier way would have been just to shade P and Q, and then look what leave around that,
No.
and then count them.
No, not necessarily.
Oh.
Well, you do have a point, because if you look at how this is written, so this is written as P intersect Q, right? And P complement intersect P complement intersect Q complement. That is what we have, right? But if we look at what this means, according to De Morgan's law, I don't know if you ever heard of De Morgan's law. What we could do is we could bring the P and the Q to the front and put them all in one bracket. And we could put the complement here, but we could put the union in the middle. So that means that this and this are the same. So what does that mean? That means that P union Q complement is the same thing as P complement intersect Q complement. So technically, yes, they are the same. So you could just like you said, shade in that, and then whatever on the outside is the answer. Does that make sense, Genesis?
Yes, sir. That's what I did before we started writing them out. I like shade them side.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so let me go ahead and remove all this. So the answer here is going to be what? The number of elements in P complement intersect Q complement is going to be, what's the answer?
3.
3. All right, should I explain this again, or y'all understand how I got this?
I understand.
I understand. I understand.
All right. Are there any questions? Anyone have any questions?
I understand.
You understand? Is there anyone who have any questions? All right, you have to speak now. I won't be in your exam. So make sure you, if you have any questions.
Mr. Petit, I don't understand this.
You just arrived?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if you just arrived, it's gonna be difficult for you to understand this question. So let me go ahead and erase all this. By the way, for the rest of us who already have this down, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. For those of you who already written this down. So basically, Laura, let me go ahead and explain it to you again. Okay. So basically, Laura, this thing is called P complement. What did I say? This is what?
P complement.
P complement. Laura, can you hear me? What is this?
P complement.
Very good. And P complement, what it means, right? What P complement means is that everything in P, well, this is set P, right, Laura? So P complement means everything that is inside P, you don't include. So you do not include it. So if we don't include what's inside of P, what are we left with, Laura? We're left with what?
X, S, Z.
Very good, X, S, and Z. And that's why we have X, S, and Z here. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next, let me go ahead and erase that. Next, we have Q what? Q
set.
Q complement.
Q complement.
Very
Sorry.
good. So Q complement means that we do not include what?
Anything in Q.
We do not include anything in Q. So if we do not include anything in Q, we cannot include A and W. But what we can include is what?
X, S, Z, T, and Y.
Very good. We could include all of them, right? We could include that. And so that's why we have X, S, Z, T, and Y. That makes sense?
Yes.
Now they ask us for the intersection between them. The intersection just means what they have in common. So what do these two sets have in common?
Pardon?
What do these two sets have in common?
X, S, and Z.
Very good. So we put them in the intersection. P complement intersect Q complement. That's what's going to be what they have in common. So do you understand how we got X, S, and Z, right?
Yes, sir.
But how many elements are inside the set?
3.
And that's why we have 3 here, because they asked us for the number of elements in the set.
Oh, now I understand.
That makes sense?
So.
All right. take a screenshot of this quickly. The rest of us, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. How many persons have already sent in their work? Let me know if you already sent in your work, please. For the stuff, let me know if you already sent in your
I
work.
already did.
I did.
Good. It's only like 2 persons. The rest of us have we already sent in our work? Let me know.
I
please.
did.
Yes, sir, I did.
Good. All right.
I just
So-
sent mine.
Okay, good. Good. All right, so let's move on from this.
Mr. Petit, this is the first. Is this the first slide?
Who's speaking?
Michael.
No, this is far from the first slide. Take a screenshot of this. I'll send you the. I'll give you the other slides after class. Just stay back for it.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to the next question. I think we're good with this. All right, the next question is geometry. This one. Subtract. I'm not gonna do this one. Neither am I gonna do this. This is gonna take too long. I'm gonna do that.
Thanks for the working.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do this. These questions. We can do this one.
And the fact they're gonna show it like 14 times, like the computer wanted to do that.
All right, go ahead, Cleveland. The diagram below.
The diagram below shows a holding tank of length 440 centimeters, width 1.25 millimeters, and a height of 950 millimeters.
Yes, sir.
A, convert I the width of the 1.25 millimeters to centimeters.
Oh, this is meters actually. So the width of the 1.25 meters to centimeters. Make sense?
So it says millimeters, it means it's a smaller.
Millimeters is the double M, right? It's not happening anymore, Cleveland. Like it's not happening anymore. I guess the internet is steady now. All right, so we want to convert, right?
Maybe
Go
it's
ahead.
mad because you didn't update it.
Yeah. Where's Rodrigo? You have a question?
No, sir, accidentally.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, okay. All right. I need what's the name? Danielle Johnson. Where's Danielle Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read this question for me, please.
The diagram below shows a holding tank of length 240 centimeters, width 1.25 meters, and height of 950 millimeters. A, convert the width of 1.25 meters to centimeters.
Very good. How's your drawing going, class? How's your drawing going? Is it
Now you know you do
Pretty good.
pretty good? Pretty good. Would you like me to show you all how to draw it?
Please.
Please.
My thing ain't coming out.
All right, let me show you all how to draw it.
I'm not a good graphics man.
So the first thing you have to do, is trace. So we're gonna trace this. Trace that. I might not a good artist, I know. And then you're gonna trace this. And then you're gonna trace this. Now you have to be professional, just like me, working very hard to trace this. All right. And then you have to go here sideways. And come down here with us like that. And then like this. And then
You're getting too fast. You're getting too fast.
I'm going too fast. Okay.
Okay, I still didn't catch that one.
You want to catch that one?
Let me try.
So we draw the first rectangle.
Yes.
And then we do it slant above, right? At an angle. And then we come down after that, and then we come slanting again.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to see how you went to that.
Okay.
line.
Yeah, we just do a regular upward. So like this. All right. And then come back
Good
down
night,
with a
Mr. P.
slant. Good night. And then come down with a slant right there. Next, we're gonna go across, right? And go down, but not all the way. Stop right there. And then come down here. I mean, if you want to use, you could actually finish it. So you could say, okay, well, let's finish this up. You could draw that like that. I'll come there, and then you will come down here and finish it up,
Yours, but anyhow.
right? And so that's how we could finish our tank. All right, so what we want to do, the rest of us, how does our holding tank look?
Good.
Good. That's only from Cleveland.
Not
The rest,
good at all.
not good at all.
Not good at all.
Good.
Good. Dior, how does your holding tank look? Dior Smith. Dior Smith. Where's Dior? And Destiny Taylor, how does your Destiny and Dexter? Destiny and Dexter, how do your stuff look? Destiny, Taylor, and Dexter.
It's okay.
Okay. And Elkonic Lloyd, how does your stuff look? Elkonic Lloyd. Elkonic? There's Elkonic. Dexter said it's good. And Ethan Adderley, can you hear me? Where's Ethan Adderley? Ethan Adderley?
Yes, sir.
How does your drawing look?
Not good.
Not good? Oh, wow. You don't know how to draw? Pretty good?
Yeah, I keep messing up.
Try your best, okay? And Ethan Smith, where's Ethan Smith?
Yes, sir.
How does your stuff look?
It looks good.
Looks good, that's excellent. From Biggie, how does your stuff look? From Bergie?
It's getting okay.
It's okay. All right, so we want to convert the width of 1.25 meters, right, into centimeters. And how are we going to do that? Do y'all know how to do that? Converting from meters to centimeters. How are we going to do that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. How are we going to do it?
You're supposed to multiply meters.
Multiply by what?
100.
Multiply by 100. Why would you multiply by 100 and not 10 or 1,000?
Because it's not millimeters.
Because it's not
or
millimeters.
decimeters.
Okay. Well, Mark, you have a question or you have a comment? How are we going to do this? I want to know how we're going to do this. Go ahead.
Is it length times width?
No, we just want the width. We just want the width. We don't want the area or the volume. We just want the width converted from 125 meters to centimeters. So basically that's what we want to do. We want to say, okay, we have 125 meters. And our goal is to convert this into centimeters. Again, we have 1.25 meters, and our goal is to convert it to centimeters. Okay.
Can I answer?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We have to write out, knock him down, Mark. Don't commit murder.
Minister, knock him down, minister. Yes. Knock.
I couldn't remember the M.
No. It's
Knock
knocking down and the mother.
Knock him down,
It's knock
minister.
him down, granny. Don't commit murder.
Grammy is only
Not
for
Grammy, don't get
Grammy is only for grams.
This one is an M now.
Yeah. Knock him down, minister. Don't commit murder.
Knock him down, mummy. Don't commit murder.
No, you don't use that. You don't get slapped across the head. All right, so M is going to be for minister. All right, so we're going to move from meters to centimeters. So meters to centimeters, that's going to be what? From here to here. How many times did I move over? How many times did I move? 1 and 2. Again, how many times did I move over?
2.
Twice. I move over twice. I can only hear Miss Morris. The rest of us, how many times did I move over?
Twice.
Twice.
I move over twice, right? So since I move over twice, what does that mean? That means that I have to multiply by 100. So 125 multiplied by 100. And just like how I move over twice, with the symbols, it's the same way. How am I gonna move over twice? I'm gonna move over twice. It's gonna be 1, 2. And so that means it's gonna be what? 125. And so the answer here is 125. All right. And that's how we get it here. So class, 1.25 meters expressed as centimeters is gonna be what?
125 centimeters.
Very good, 125 centimeters. All right, again, 1.25 meters expressed in centimeters is gonna be 125. Again, 125 centimeters. All right. And that's what we have here. Do y'all understand that, or y'all no, don't get it? Let me know if y'all understand
I
that.
understand. I understand.
No,
it.
I
Yes.
don't get it.
You don't get it?
Can
Maybe-
you go over it again, please?
Go over it again. Okay. So we have to use the acronym. The acronym is knock him down, minister. Don't commit murder. The M stands for meters. The C stands for centimeters. So if we look carefully, we're moving from meters to centimeters. So let's go ahead and move. How many times are we gonna move over? We move over how many times?
You said
1
two times.
and 2. Very good. So we move over 2 times to the right. So that means that we're gonna multiply by 100. And it's multiplication by 100 because it's twice we move over. So 1 and 2. And so when we move over twice, we take the decimal point, move it over twice, 1 and 2, which is the same thing as multiplying by 100. So it's 125. Does that make sense? Let me know.
I thought you was gonna, like how you have 1.25
Mhm.
times 100. I was saying that answer you right. So I thought you was actually going to multiply it.
Oh, you know, it's going to take 125 and multiply by 100 again.
Yeah, yeah.
No. It's 1.25 multiplied by 100 that gives us the 125.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Sir.
Okay, good. And the rest of us, do we understand this? I mean, if y'all understand this before I move on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Travanti, do you understand this? Where's Travanti? Travanti Cooper, do you understand this?
I still, I
Say it
get it.
Say it again.
I get it.
I don't want you to get it, I want you to get it.
So
So what part don't you understand with this?
the first part,
What first part?
when you get a
When I get to what? Go ahead. Which part don't I understand? Don't you understand? You mean this part? You mean this part with the acronym? Travanti, can you hear me? Where's Travanti? Now I can't hear from Travanti, and that's not good. Where is he? He left? Okay, I can't hear from him no more. Ivory, do you understand this? Ivory, Mackenzie. Ivory, do you understand this?
Not really.
Not really. Again, if y'all don't understand something, do not wait until I call on you to tell me that you don't understand. All right? If you do not understand, then let me know. Okay, which part don't you understand, Ivory?
I guess really the whole thing.
Okay, so we have to use this formula but acronym, which is knock him down, minister, don't commit murder. The M, Ivory, stands for what?
Millimeters? Meters?
No, this M stands for meters, and this M
Okay.
stands for
Millimeters.
millimeters. And this C stands for what?
Centimeters.
Centimeters. But we're trying to move from what? Meters to what?
Meters to centimeters.
Good. So we're gonna move over how many times?
3.
Just twice. So it's gonna be
2.
1, 2. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. So since we move over twice, we have to. Since we move over twice, we have to go to our same point right there and move over twice. So it's gonna be 1, 2. And that movement twice is basically the same thing as multiplying by 100. We use 100 because 100 has 2 zeros and we move over twice. All right. And so this is going to be 1, 2. When we move over twice, it was 1.25, but it changed to what? Ivory.
125.
125. And so the answer here is 125 centimeters. So 1.25 meters expressed in centimeters is what?
125 centimeters.
Very good, 125 centimeters. All right, class, do the rest of us understand this? Let me know if you all understand this, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Take a picture of this and send it to me via
sir.
WhatsApp. I need everyone to do that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Meanwhile, let's move on to the next one. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right, let's move on to the next question. So our goal, Jemiah, is Jemiah. Jemiah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So for this one, what is our goal? What is our objective for this one? You could read the question. The height.
The height of
Convert rather, convert.
convert to be converted.
Convert the height.
Convert the height of 950 millimeters to centimeters.
Very good. We're going to convert the height of 950 millimeters to centimeters. Okay. So you want to convert it. The height of 950 millimeters to centimeters, right?
Mr. Petit, don't laugh at my drawing. Oh my God.
I won't laugh, I promise.
Use a pencil and a ruler.
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. All right. I'm a
I'm
good
not
person.
gonna show you mine.
Wow.
Petit, my eyes so ugly.
Your line is ugly?
I drawn it over the.
Okay.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
we times in 950 times 100.
Who said that?
Trinasia.
Trinasia?
Yes, sir.
No. This is millimeters now. This is millimeters. This is millimeters. So let's go ahead and
Could you divide it by 10?
divide it by 10. So let's see. So we can read this is what? Knock him down.
Oh, I think I know it.
Minister, don't commit murder. Again, the M is for millimeters. The C is for centimeters. All right. So this M is for millimeters, this M for centimeters. So we're moving from millimeters to centimeters. So we have to move over how many times? How many times? How many times? How many times
Once.
we're moving over? Once. To the left or to the right?
To the left.
To the left. Very good. And so we have 950 millimeters. And again, we're gonna move over how many times to the right?
Once.
Once to the right. Very good. Which is the same as what? Dividing by what? By 10. But the reason why we divide by 10 is because, well, we move over once to the right. I mean, ones to the left, rather. So that's going to be what? Instead of it being 950, we move over to the ones to the right. Sorry, ones to the left. So it's going to be 95 point what? 0.0?
0.
And what is 95.0? That's just 95. And so the answer here is just 95. So that means that 950 millimeters expressed in centimeters is just 95 centimeters.
So, Mr. Petit, with
Uh-huh.
these letters,
Uh-huh.
what I get from it, you doing it like if you counting down from like tens, hundred, thousands, like that?
Yeah, so each,
Or you get the 10 and then when you did 2 times, you got the 100.
yes, each movement is added 0. So in this case, since we only move over once, it's just going to be 10, right?
Okay, I get
That's
that.
why. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Class, do y'all understand that, or do y'all need me to explain that again with this conversion?
I understand.
I understand.
You understand? Is there anyone who do not understand? I mean, if you do not understand.
Get that answer.
You got that answer? Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Ivory, do you understand this, or you need to explain this again? Where's Ivory? Ivory, can you hear me? Ariana from Ivory. Ariana,
Yes, sir.
do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How would we get 95?
We get 95 from 95.0, and then we move the decimal point. Well, it was originally 9,500 millimeters, and then we move the decimal point in front of the 0, which we get from dividing by 10, and then that just gives us 95.
Okay. Very good. So basically, since we move, thank you, Ariana. So basically, since we move it from millimeters to centimeters, we move it over once to the left. Again, we move it once to the left. That means that we move this decimal point once to the left. So it's going to be 95.0. And which is 95.0 is just 95. Okay. Class, is there anyone who do not understand what I'm doing? Let me know if you do not understand. If you do not understand what I'm doing, let me know. All right. Okay, go for it. So just want to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right. Let's go ahead and move on from this. All right, so let's do another one. So are y'all done with this one? Let me know, please, if y'all done with this. Let me know if y'all done with this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's move on from this. All right. Okay. All right, so we divided by 10, and that's going to be that. So what they want us to do right now is all right, so let me go ahead and clear out drawings. Okay, go ahead, Jasmine, can you read this question?
So the diagram below shows a holding.
Say it again.
The diagram below shows a holding tank of length 240 centimeters, width 125 centimeters, and height of 950 millimeters. Calculate the volume of the holding tank in cubic centimeters.
Very good. So we want to calculate the volume. Right, we want to calculate the volume. What does volume mean? Or what is the formula for volume?
Volume is equal to length divided by width.
No, I mean in general, anyone.
Volume is equal to L times L times L.
Who said that?
That was me.
Jasmine?
Yes,
L
sir.
times L times L. Close. Someone else want to try? What is the volume? Or what is the volume equal to? What's the formula for volume?
Length times width times height.
Length times width times height. Very good. So the volume formula, the volume is going to be read. So the volume.
Mr. Petit, I always get mixed up between that and area. What's the difference?
Area is just length times width.
Oh,
Right, yeah. Volume is length times width times height.
Thank
so
you.
Length. So it's going to be length multiplied by width. Length multiplied by width. Length multiplied by width. Multiplied by height. Length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Bati.
Mm-hmm.
We would be using like the measurements will be converted, or the measurements would they give us?
You have to use the ones that are converted because you can't do volume with, that's why they made you convert them first. You can't do volume with weird units. All the units must be the same. So what is the length in this case? The length is what? The length is 240 centimeters. The width is what? The width is 1.25 meters. That's the width. And the height is 950 millimeters. That's the height. So length times width times height. Okay. And so, but remember, we have to use the units that we use. So what we got for 1.25 meters, that was what? 100 and what? 125 centimeters, right? And what we got for 950? What we got for 950, that's what?
95.
95 centimeters. And so let's go ahead and multiply that. So the length is what? The length is 240 centimeters multiplied by the width, which is 125 centimeters. 125 centimeters multiplied by the height, which is what? 95 centimeters. And so let's go to the volume, therefore. There's a lot of numbers to multiply, golly. So the volume is going to be equal to, what is 240 multiplied by 125? All right. What is 240 multiplied by 125? What do I get for that? Again, 240 multiplied by 125, which I'll go for them.
34,800.
240 multiplied by 125 is what? What you got?
34,800.
No, for just 240 multiplied by 125.
30,000.
You got 30,000. 30,000.
Yes, sir.
I also got 30,000.
30,000. Did y'all actually multiply it or y'all use a calculator?
I used calculator.
I'm
All right. So let's go ahead.
I
And
multiplied by hand.
yeah, right. So
Pardon?
240. I said yeah, right. That's what I said.
That's okay.
Multiply by 125. All right. So let's go ahead and multiply it by hand. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. Put the 0 down, put the 2 up. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is
1,550.
12. Put the 0 down. 2 times 0 is what? 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. We have to put the double zeros now. 1, 2. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Then we have to do what? Add. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 zeros again. 0. 8 plus 2 is 10. So we put the 0 down. The 1 up. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10. So 0 plus 1 is gonna be 30,000. Anyone else got 30,000? Let me know if you got 30,000. 30,000. 30,000. Very good.
I did with the calculator.
30,000. All right. Okay, good. 30,000 is gonna be 30,000. So 30,000. This is gonna be 30,000. So 30,000. But 30,000. Right? Centimeters squared multiplied by, you have to keep the 95, right? So multiply by 95 and 5 what? Centimeters what? It's just centimeters. So what is 30,000 multiplied by 95? So the volume is going to be what? What is the volume? The volume equals to, what y'all got? 30,000 multiplied by 95.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
Can you explain why you squared the CM?
Who's speaking?
Ariana.
Because centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared.
Okay, thank you.
So 30,000 multiplied by 95 is what? 30,000 multiplied by 95 is what? So again.
Okay, trying to pronounce this right now. I think that's what, 200.
Whatever it is, I want that.
Okay, 285,000.
That's the amount of money we need to be making per minute. All right, 30,000.
I'm pretty sure that's million.
30,000 multiplied.
That's 1, 2, 3.
It's 2 million.
Yeah, 2,850,000. Yeah.
2 million?
Yeah, that's what I got.
2,850,000.
Million, y'all say?
Yes, sir.
Million.
Have a number.
My. 7 figures.
Yeah.
Ouch. Anyone want to be making millions when they grow up?
I think everybody.
Yes, I already started.
You already started. Okay, that's right.
Let me know what job that is.
I know, right?
I would also like to be making millions.
My own business.
Your own business, okay. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is
0.
0. 5 times 0 is
0.
0. 5 times 0 is
0.
0. 5 times 0. 5 times 3 is
3 is 15.
15. Oh.
Mhm.
9 times 0 is
0.
0. 9 times 0 is
0.
0. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 0 is
0.
0. 9 times 3 is
27.
27. All right. Plus 0 plus 0 is
0.
0. 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 5 plus 0
7.
is 5.
5.
1 plus 7 is
8.
8. 2 plus 0 is 2. Very good.
2,000,000.
And so this is going to be
850,000.
2 million. Oh my goodness.
850,000.
2 million. 2,850,000. Again, 2 million. Oh, by the way, centimeters cube. So again, we have 2 million. Let me put the answer in. Let me put my answer in bold. So it's going to be 2,850,000.
They might as well did put this in scientific notation.
That's true. Centimeters. Cubic centimeters or centimeters cube. And in scientific notation would be what? 2 times 8 times 10 to the power of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. Any questions on this? Or y'all understand how I got? How I got?
understand.
Understand?
I understand.
All right. So the formula for volume, class. What is the formula for volume? It's going to be what?
Length times width times height.
Very good. So you take the length, which is 240, multiplied by the width, which is 125 centimeters, multiplied by the height. So length times width times height. That gives you 2,850,000. All right. And that's how we do that question. All right. All right. Take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Jaden? Jaden, do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. How about Jay's iPhone? Who's that? Jay's iPhone.
That's me, Jada.
Oh, that's Jada. Okay, okay. But I see another Jada. You went twice then.
No, only once.
Okay, okay, okay. Good. I see it. Joel Cooper, do you understand this? Where's Joel Cooper? Joel Cooper, do you understand this? Where's Joel Cooper?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I kind of understand a little bit.
Can you understand a little bit? All right. So what part don't you understand?
How you multiplied it by how you like made the second step.
Which one? You mean
240, 125, and 95.
You mean this?
Yes.
Okay, so all I did, right, Jaden? I mean, not Jaden. Joel? I know that the length is 240, so that's this length right there. Right?
Yes,
I know that the width is 125. The reason why it's 125 is because I converted the 1.25 meters into centimeters. And we did that in the previous question.
Yes, sir.
All right, you was there for that?
Yes, sir.
And so that would be the 125 right there. Then
I think I was my laptop had asked me to shut off.
So basically all we did in order to convert the meters to centimeters is we just multiply by 100. So we multiply 125 by 100, they get we multiply 1.25 by 100, they get 125 centimeters. Because we want it in centimeters, this is in meters. and this is in centimeters. But in order to like do the volume, all of them have to be the same units. Okay, so we
Yes, sir.
say 1.25 meters, we convert into centimeters, which gives us 125 centimeters. That makes sense?
Yes, sir. It makes sense.
Good. And so this is
Thank you.
gonna be, we're not done, not done.
Oh,
And then 915 millimeters. Okay. We're gonna change that from millimeters, and we change it into centimeters by just dividing by 10. And so we have 240 centimeters, 125 centimeters, 95 centimeters, and we just multiply them out, and that's how we got 2,850,000 just by multiplying them.
yes, sir.
That makes
Thank you.
sense? That makes
Yes,
sense?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, Jerusalem, do you understand this? Jerusalem? Jerusalem, can you hear me? Where's Jerusalem? And Janae Williams, where's Janae Williams? Janae Williams, can you hear me? Cavante Capron, where's Cavante?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how we got 2,850,000?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Janae Williams, do you understand how I got this answer? By the way, what would you do with $2.8 million? What would you do with that? What would you do with that amount of money?
Build a tennis court
Build a
in my
tennis court.
backyard.
So you build a tennis court. Wow. Anyone else?
NBA Stadium.
Say it again.
I NBA Stadium.
You can't buy NBA Stadium with $2
Get
million.
the money. Watch me.
You can't. Just can't.
I would travel the world.
You would travel the world.
I'd buy an island in Nassau.
I could buy.
I would invest.
I could buy a key in Nassau.
You buy a key?
Invest in couple properties and homes and business.
That makes sense.
Don't forget to give the church 10%.
You mean lock the doors? Hey, ushers, lock the doors. Lock the doors. All right. Why are you laughing? I just said lock the doors.
Because I honestly, if Marvin Sapp knew what he was getting himself into, I don't think he would have ever do that.
No, he shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Like how we did.
His problem is they
Marvin
want too
Sapp
much.
has lost his mind, everybody.
That man want too much money. 40,000. 1,020. 1,020. That's good, fam. Convert your volume in B to liters.
You evil.
I'm not evil. I'm just telling the truth. That's good. Convert your volume in B to liters. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic centimeters. So we already know, right, from the last previous question. Oh my goodness, I gave it away. But we already know from the last previous question, we got like 2.8 million cubic meters. We want to convert that cubic meters into liters. How are we going to do that? We're going to do what? Again, we're going to take our answer, which is 2.8 million, and we want to take that volume and convert it into liters, right? How are we going to do that? Are we going to take 2.8 cubic
Are we going to do
meters?
it backward 4 times?
No, they told us that 1 liter, they told us already that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic meters. Yeah. But we know that how many cubic meters do we have? We have a lot. We have 2,850,000 cubic meters. That's how much cubic meters do we have? So how are we going to change that and convert it? How are we going to change that into liters? We do know that 1 liter is 1,000 cubic meters, though.
Give me a minute, babe. Let me.
I feel like you should.
You feel? Charlitha, you're talking, but I can't hear you.
I think.
Think?
Sorry, I didn't even realize it was on.
Okay. Well,
I think you
Charlitha,
should.
you didn't answer the question. What would you do with 2.8
Are we
million dollars?
dividing 1,000 What
What would I do with $2.8 million?
million?
Invest.
Invest. Okay. Okay.
I
So
think
you wouldn't go on a shopping spree or nothing like that. Go to Dubai.
Okay, I would probably do a couple $1,000s with the.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Shania.
I think you should divide it.
Shania, you want to answer the question yet?
I think you should divide it by
You want to answer
3,000.
the question yet? What would you do with $2.8 million? That's my question.
Oh, I'm not sure.
You're not
Double
sure?
it and give it to the next person.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah, I had to do that in YouTube. I couldn't resist it.
All right. Go ahead, Chanel. Use what you're saying.
I think that you should divide it by 3,000.
Divided by 3,000?
Yes, sir.
Why 3,000? It says 1 liter is equal to
Because
1,000.
1 liter, and then I see the cube. I'm not sure actually.
This is 1,000 cubic centimeters. Or 1,000 centimeters cube. Why would you do it? But no.
Would you divide it by
So
1,000?
answer by 1,000.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
did
you.
say that little while.
Thank you, Crimson and Miss Morris. Divided by 1,000. Okay.
And you get 2,850.
So we have to divide it by 1,000. If you divide it by 1,000, that's basically canceling on the zeros at this point.
Yeah.
So we cancel this 0 with that 0. We cancel this 0 with this 0. We cancel this 0 with this 0. And so this is going to be equal to
2,850.
2,850 liters. And that's our answer there. So all we did was divide by 1,000 because we already know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeters cube. We have 2,850,000 centimeters cube. And so all we need to do is divide that by 1,000. We get 2,850 liters. And that's how we go about doing our stuff. Any questions on this? Let me know if you have any questions on this. Again, let me know if you have any questions. You good? All right, good stuff. So let's move on from this. Let me ask. All right, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Kiajane Bethel, where's Kiajane? Kiajane, can you hear me? Kiajane, can you hear me? Kevin Wallace and Chloe, can you hear me? Kevin Wallace and Chloe, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how I got 2,850?
Yes, sir.
Have you sent in your workers yet?
No, sir. I'm waiting for my mom to come home.
How about yesterday's work? Have you sent me that?
No, sir.
So are you taking on the notes or you just here not taking on the notes? But you have to send me the notes, Chloe. You have to send me the notes, all right?
Yes, sir.
And you have to come to Sunday classes. Why you don't come to Sunday classes?
No,
You don't know why?
no, sir.
We have classes on Sundays.
You have to come to Sunday classes. Say it again.
We have classes on Sundays.
Not online, on face to face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Yeah. All right. Where is Kaino? Kaino, do you understand this? Kaino, do you understand this? Where's Kaino? And
Yes, sir.
Kaino, you sent me your work already?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. All right, let's move on from this to the next question. This is a nice question. What time is it? What time is it?
7:45.
How was it 7:40? No way. No way. It can't be 7:45. Check this. Wow. All right, let's do this last one. I really wanted to do this, right? All right, let's do this last one. So we have this table.
Are we drawing the table?
Yeah, draw the table.
Okay.
The first number we have on the table, then the first number is 6. The second number is 9. So basically, we have these two numbers, 6 and 9, and they told us what the greatest common factor is, what is the least common multiple. Then we have the second number, 12, and second number, which is 12. Well, the first number, which is 12, and the second number, which is 16. To find the greatest common factor and the least common multiple of those. Similarly, we have 18, and they have a blank, so we have to figure out what that number is, given that we know what the greatest common factor is and we know what the least common multiple is. I need everyone to draw this table for me. Cribson, how is your table looking?
It's looking good.
Does it look as good as mine or worse?
It looks better. Don't play with me.
It looks better? Better?
No, it looks better.
Better?
My lines are straight.
I need
not
this.
curved.
I need to see it for myself.
Yes,
I need to
sir.
see it for myself. Once you finish, take a picture of it and send it to me. Christian Wilson, are you draw your tables yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Amani, are you drawing your table? And Lavender Johnson, where's Lavender? Lavender,
Yes, so
how's your table?
it's very good.
It's very good. That's good. So your table should have the first number, second number, greatest common factor, and least common multiple. Everyone table should be just like that. And Liliana, where's Liliana? Liliana.
Yes, sir.
Good. Liliana, how's your table looking?
It's something.
It's something. Wow. Do your best then. Do your best. Malia Delavo. Where's
Yes,
Malia?
sir.
How's your how is your table?
I'm not done drawing the table yet, but it's looking good.
It's looking good? Okay, that's good. All right. And Makaya Roca, how does your table look? Makaya Roca. Where's Makaya? It's good. All right, I'll be done with this table. I want to actually get into the question now. Let me know if you're all done with the table.
Yes, sir. No, so I'm done.
You're done? Yeah,
Yes,
I want to get into the table now. Okay. All right.
I'm done.
All right, good. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and answer this. So the first question says that I want you all to understand what's happening here, right? So like be able to understand what how to read it. Okay. So the first question says that we have this first number, which is 6. We have the second number, which is 9. And our goal is to figure what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9. And based on the table, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9? Based on the table. Based on the table, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9? 3, very good. And based on this table, what is the least common multiple or the LCM of 6 and 9? 18, very good. 18. So I'm gonna go randomly just to make sure that all of us understand what's happening, right? So, Ren, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on the table? The greatest common factor of 6 and 9. Ren.
Highest or lowest?
The greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on the table.
Oh, 18.
The greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on the table.
3.
3. The least common multiple of 6 and 9 based on the table.
18.
18. Ren, are you paying attention or are you not paying attention?
I was.
You have to be paying attention, Ren. Zania Bo, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on this table? Zania Bo. Zania Bo. Can't hear from Zania. Trinasia, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on this table?
The greatest?
The greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on this table. It's right there. Greatest common factor of 6 and 9 is what?
3.
It's 3. Very good. What is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9 based on this table?
18.
18. Devano, where's Devano? Devano Sutherland. Devano Sutherland, where's Devano? Devano, where's Devano? Tanaya. Tanaya, can you hear me? Tanaya? I don't know, I can't hear from Tanaya these days.
Yes, sir.
Tanaya, what happened? I can't hear you. What happened?
You just get the one.
Are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me ask the question. Based on this table, what is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9? Based on this table. You have to be paying attention, Tanaya. It says it right there. Let me try it again. What is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on this table?
3.
3. And what is the least common multiple of 6 and 9 based on this table?
18.
18, very good. Class, you have to be paying attention. So when I call your name, you can't be lost or you shouldn't be lost. All right, Y Smith, where's Y Smith? Elise Smith, where's Elise Smith? And Nathan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Elise?
Yes, sir.
What is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9 based on this table?
3.
And what is the lowest common multiple?
18.
18, very good. So now what they want us to figure out, right, is what is going to be the greatest common factor of 12 and 16. Class, what is the greatest common factor of 12 and 16?
4.
You said 4? The greatest common factor of 12 and 16, what y'all think it is?
4.
4? All right, let's list the factors of, what are the factors of 12, by the way? The factors of 12 are going to be what?
2, 1, 4,
No, always start with 1. Factors of 12.
1, 2,
1, 2, what else?
3,
3,
4, 4, 6, 12.
and 12.
6 and 12. Very good. Those are going to be the factors of 12. Now, what are the factors of 16?
1, 2, 4, 8, and 6.
1, 2, 4, 8, and 16.
8 and
So based on this, what is the greatest common factor? It has to be common in both. What is the greatest common factor of 12 and 16 based on this chart?
4. 4.
4, very good. So the greatest common factor of 12 and 16 is going to be? It's going to be 4. So we have to write that on the chart right there, 4. So fill that in your chart. fill that in your chart or on your table. The greatest common factor of 12 and 14, sorry, of 12 and 16 is 4. Okay. So that's how we fill that part out. Ivory, do you understand this? That's Ivory. Ivory, can you hear me? Ivory, can you hear me? Where's Ivory? I can't hear from Ivory. Ivory, can you hear me? I'm not able to hear from Ivory. Malia Major. Where's Malia Major?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how you got the greatest common factor of 12 and 16? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
What is the greatest common factor of 12 and 16?
4.
4. Very good. 4. All right, so now we already know that it's 4. So 4 would be for this one. Now we have to find the lowest common multiple. The lowest common multiple. Now, what are the multiples of 12? What are the multiples of 12?
48.
12, 24,
The multiples of 12 are going to be what? Help me out.
12,
12, 24,
24, 36,
36,
48,
48,
60,
60,
72,
72, 84,
84,
and 96.
96.
Very good. And what are the multiples of 16? Multiples of 16 are going to be what?
16, 32,
32. What else?
48,
48,
64,
64,
80,
80,
96,
96,
112, and 128.
and the list goes on. So what is the lowest common multiple of these two? The lowest common multiple.
48,
The lowest common multiple is going to be what?
48.
48. 48, very good. So we put 48 on our table right there. So that's how we get the lowest common multiple of, that's how we get the lowest common multiple of 12 and 16. So the greatest common factor is going to be 4, and the lowest common multiple is going to be 48. Class, do y'all understand this or no? I mean, if y'all understand
Yes,
this.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, does this make sense to y'all? Let me know, please.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Good. So lowest common multiple and the greatest common factor is, for the greatest common factor is 4, for the lowest common multiple is 48. All right. All right. Next. Okay. Let's go ahead and figure out. So they gave us the greatest common factor, which is 9, and they gave us the least common multiple, which is 90. We have to figure out what is the second number. So if it was you and you had to figure it out, what would you say is the second number, such that when we combine it with 18, its greatest common factor is 9, and its lowest common multiple is 90. You all have any numbers in mind? What number, right? That between
36.
18, you think it's 36?
Yes, sir.
The lowest common multiple, but 36 times what number give you 90?
None.
Chanel?
Oh, no, mind.
No. What number is it? What number, right? When I compare it with 18, I find that its greatest common factor is 9 and its lowest common multiple is 90. What number would that be?
3.
Say it again.
3.
6.
6. 3. The lowest common multiple of 3 and 18 is not 90. It's 18. So you can't really use 3. You want to try
Do we
something?
divide 18 by 90?
What's 18 divided by 90?
Hold on.
What is 18 divided by 90? I want to figure what this number is.
I
I
have
need
the
to know.
next number.
What's the
I
next
have the
number? What is it?
45.
45?
Yes, sir.
How do you get 45?
It's 45.
Yeah, I agree.
2 is 90, and then 45 and 18 in the 9 times table.
So is 18 and 45 is the greatest common factor 9?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really? You Genesis, you just saying that because Shania said that, right? All right, let's check. Y'all sure it's not 54?
It's 50. I get 54 because 3 18s will give you 54.
Okay. So is it 54 or is it 45?
No, I think 45.
I think 45. I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. All right, so let's check it because we on English time now. So let's go ahead and do this. So we can list the multiples of 18. What are multiples of 18? Multiples of 18 are 18, 36,
90,
54,
and
90, and 108, and the list goes on, right? What are multiples of 45?
45, 90, and 135.
Very good. So what is the lowest common multiple?
90.
90. So lowest common multiple of 18 and 45 is 90. Let's go with the factors of 18. The factors of 18 are going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Let's look at the factors of 45. 1, 3, 5, 9, 15, and 45. And so that means that the factors of 45, so that means that the greatest common factor rather of
9.
Of 18 and 45 is 9. So that means that the number must be 45.
45.
Anyone said 45 before me?
I did.
Before me?
I did.
Anyone said 45 before?
Yes, sir. Me too.
Yes, it's definitely 45. All right. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna once you finish writing this down, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp again. Once you finish writing this down, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I will need the next one of them tomorrow.
You need the next one. It's a nice
No, that
thing.
last one, that
The
last
last
one,
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to think about, think about and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. All right. Should we do another listening comprehension today, or should we just do another notes?
Listening.
The last one.
Say it again.
I wasn't here for the last one, so.
You wasn't here for the last listening?
No, remember I was sick.
Oh yeah.
I
So
wasn't here.
y'all want us to do another listening comprehension again?
Mr. Boutique, yes, for the exam
Yes, sir.
All
the
right.
exam on next week.
All right.
It was a little difficult for me to actually have.
It's difficult for you to hear, so you have to get your
Not like that. I mean, like remembering what did the people say and such.
you have to write it down. You have to write it down. You can't just remember like that. You understand? You have to write it down. What's his name? Cleveland. You have to write it down, Cleveland. All right, so you have to make sure write it down. You can't just say you don't remember. During the first reading, do we write anything?
No, you listen.
No, the first reading you do not write. Then after that, they're gonna give you an opportunity to
Make little notes.
To make little notes, yeah. Right? And then once you do that, once you made the notes, right? Then this is gonna take like 5 minutes or so. And then not 5 minutes, 5 minutes is too long. It's gonna take like 3 minutes for note taking. Yeah, 3 minutes. And then after that, you're going to be able to listen and write. Listen and write. So I'm gonna play this twice. I'm gonna play it twice, and then we're gonna get it. So make sure you have your listening caps on and your thinking caps on. How many persons love listening comprehensions in the exam?
Excuse me, sorry, Mr. B.
Go ahead.
I'm not doing listening comprehension. You know other subjects we are doing tonight.
Just doing language. Just doing language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Yes, sir.
So we just doing language. So you staying back for language or you gotta go?
Well, I don't have language BJC.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good night.
You just doing math?
Yeah, no, I doing math, social health science, and religious.
Okay, no problem.
Sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this. What I have to do after the first reading is I'm gonna put the questions in the chat for you to for the notes, and then I'm going to put I'm also gonna put the one for the I'm also gonna put the one for the actual questions. Okay, so let me go ahead and begin. So let me just head up properly. So my name is Mr. Petit. Everyone should be listening the first go around. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of April, 2025. The subject is, of course, English language. And we're going to be doing listening comprehension tonight. Another listening comprehension. So I want you all to be listening. Listen carefully. Take good notes. Not the first time. The first time you can't take notes. All right, the first time you can't take notes. But the second time, you're able to take notes. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it, and then y'all gonna let me know if y'all could hear it. Let me put my volume up, and then if you could hear it, then we're gonna move on from that. All right. Then I'm gonna put the notes. I'm only gonna put the notes in the chat after the first reading. So let me know if y'all could hear it. Okay.
How to make your first family camping trip a big success.
Can you hear it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, good. So listen carefully and we'll begin. So during the first reading, do we write anything?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I can't hear y'all. During the first reading, do we write anything?
No, sir.
No. What are we doing in the first reading?
Listening.
What are we doing in the first reading?
Listening.
Just listening.
Listening.
So what are we gonna do right after the first reading? What are we gonna do right after the first reading?
Make notes.
Make notes. How long will we make notes for? About 3 minutes. Then during the second reading, then you are able to what? To write notes. All right. Basically answer the questions in the notes section. That's a very good help. It usually is very helpful. All right. So let's go ahead and listen carefully. This shouldn't be difficult. So let's go ahead and begin. How many ears do we have?
Two.
And how many mouths do we have?
One.
So listen more than you speak. Let's go.
How to make your first family camping trip a big success. Parents, family camping has several benefits, as it is a perfect way to get time alone with your children, and they can experience the wonders of nature with you. No matter what they occasionally say now, they will remember these trips with appreciation later. So have you decided to have this type of experience with your little ones, but you don't know where to start? No problem. I'm going to name the essential items you will need to have a successful first camp out. But before doing that, let's get rid of some of the myths about camping. As you know, a myth is a false belief that many people think is true. Myth number 1. Camping is only for an outdoor person. Sure, camping is about being outdoors and enjoying it. But you don't have to be Ranger Tom or someone who loves to spend time outdoors. With the proper equipment, such as a full coverage tent to keep you safe and dry, warm sleeping bags, and some delicious food, you will have most of the comforts that you have at home. Only you will be outside. Myth number 2. It's too expensive. Yes, everything you do seems to cost money. And yes, camping isn't free. But once you make that first investment in equipment, you will have many seasons of enjoyable camping at a fraction of the cost of staying in a hotel. Tell me, where else except at a campsite can you stay overnight with a family of 4 or more for under $50? Myth number 3. Camping is boring. What will I do with my children? Well, the answer is, while camping, pick some activities that your children like to do or let them choose what they want to do. Go with them for a walk on a nearby hiking trail. As you walk, use all of your senses to enjoy the world of nature. Go fishing. Think about how excited they'd be if they catch something. The following items aren't essential, but you can bring pencils, paper, and crayons for your children to draw what they see. Trees, flowers, fish, insects, animals. You can even pack board games or books that will keep them entertained, especially if it rains. There you have it, parents. 3 myths or false beliefs about camping. Next, let's talk about where to go. For your first family camping adventure with the children, we recommend campgrounds that are close to your home. There are different types of campgrounds. You and your family can enjoy camping on a hiking trail, on a nature park, or even near a lake or canal. What to pack? Aside from food, there are a few essential items required for a great camp out. Here is what you will need: a tent, sleeping bags, blankets and pillows, a personal kit which includes soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, washcloth, and a towel, a camp stove and fuel, cooking utensils, paper plates and cups, a cooler with ice to keep perishable items cool, charcoal and starter fluid, bottled drinking water, a first aid kit for treating a cut or bruise, fighting off infection, insect repellent such as a spray or lotion for mosquito or other bug bites, firewood, matches, lighters, and newspaper, trash bags to clean up the area. Let me quickly go over those again so you'll be sure to remember all of them. A tent, sleeping bags, blankets and pillows, a personal kit which includes soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, washcloth, and a towel, a camp stove and fuel, cooking utensils, paper plates and cups, a cooler with ice to keep perishable items cool, charcoal and starter fluid, bottled drinking water, a first aid kit for treating a cut or bruise, fighting off infection, insect repellent such as a spray or lotion for mosquito or other bug bites, firewood, matches, lighters, and newspaper, trash bags to clean up the area. If you go camping, please remember to take those items back home with you. Now, what's cooking? Good food and your family's preparation of it is an important requirement for enjoyable camping. This is the part that can be easy or complicated. If you are going on your first camp out, you would probably want to take the easy road until you get more comfortable with cooking outdoors. So for that first time, take food that you like to eat and that is easy to make. For breakfast, scramble some eggs, fry some bacon, toast some bread on the camp stove, and serve chilled orange juice. Perishable food items, you know, all that food that is likely to go bad quickly, such as meats, milk, eggs, juice, and fruits, can be kept cool in a large cooler. Keep ice in plastic bags in the cooler. The food will last longer. For dinner, how about hot dogs with grilled corn on the cob for the main course? And pre-packaged cookies and a glass of milk make a great dessert. Be sure to include your children in the meal planning. Ask them what they would like to eat and sit down with them to prepare a menu. Get them involved in cooking by making sure that it is fun food that they would be eager to eat. Don't forget to let them assist in the cleanup. So, now that you know what is necessary when going camping, you should be well on your way to enjoying a successful camping trip with your family.
All right. Could y'all hear it?
It was lagging.
It was lagging. Anyone else?
Keep
I
going.
heard it.
Keep going.
Yes, was in and out.
It was in and out?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
For certain parts, I keep going low.
Certain parts.
I
Certain parts
found
was
a
in
way
and
how
out.
you can write it down. You just open the chat so that you can write down what pops up there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not
So I'm
the,
gonna
not the chat. I mean the
transcript,
captions.
the captions. Oh yeah, the captions. That's true. All right. So I'm gonna play it again. But before I play it again, I want y'all to look inside the chat. There's the notes. Let me go ahead and if you can't see the notes in the chat, then I'm gonna put the notes here. You're only gonna have 2 minutes, 3 minutes to actually answer these questions. Number one, what is the benefits of camping? Number two, camping myths or false beliefs. Myth 1, myth 2, myth 3. You want to make a note of activities to participate while in the camping trip. Places that are suitable for camping trip. Essential items needed for a camping trip. What does the speaker advise campers to do with their essential items at the end of a camping trip? The next one, the speaker's tone of voice when she gives this particular advice. Specific food items mentioned in the recording. So you're gonna have a few moments to make a note of these. I have it inside the chat as well.
In the chat, you have to like download it, eh? And it's not letting me download nothing.
You could look on the screen. I have it on the screen as well.
You have to write it down in our book, right, Mr. Petit?
Yes, you can write inside your book. You write inside your book. All right, are y'all done?
So we need to see them first, Seth.
Yeah, okay,
And then we can't show
the rest of them. The myth 3. Myth 3, activities to participate. All right, activities to participate while on a camping trip. Places that are suitable for a camping trip.
On the site, it showed me I could write on it.
Okay, that's no problem.
But they can go back down, please.
So can I write on it instead
Yes,
of
you
writing
can.
on my book?
You
Okay,
can write
thank
on
you.
it.
Okay, we go back to place that.
All right. Myth. What you want me to go up some more?
No, go back.
Go back now?
No. Yeah.
Activities that participate while on the camping trip. What y'all should do is take a screenshot because y'all gonna need this for when it comes again. So take a
Mr.
screenshot.
Petit, you playing the thing again?
I'm playing it again. So take a screenshot of these questions because y'all gonna need them for the notes. All right.
Okay.
You got it? Okay, good.
I'm hitting that one right now.
You got it?
No, you move it too far.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right there.
You got it?
Yes, I got that one.
Okay. And you got this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And then what else we need? That's it. All right. So make a note of these things while it is played again. All right. So let me go ahead and if it break out, please let me know because I don't know when it break out. So if it break out, let me know. So let me go ahead and stop sharing and share again.
Sorry, Mr. Petit, can you go back to the previous slide, please?
I can't go back, Ralph. I can't go back. We only have a limited time. I have to play it. All right, let's go ahead. Let me play it again. 1 second.
How to make your first family camping trip a big success. Parents, family camping has several benefits, as it is a perfect way to get time alone with your children, and they can experience the wonders of nature with you. No matter what they occasionally say now, they will remember these trips with appreciation later. So have you decided to have this type of experience with your little ones, but you don't know where to start? No problem. I'm going to name the essential items you will need to have a successful first campout. But before doing that, let's get rid of some of the myths about camping. As you know, a myth is a false belief that many people think is true. Myth number 1. Camping is only for an outdoor person. Sure, camping is about being outdoors and enjoying it. But you don't have to be Ranger Tom or someone who loves to spend time outdoors. With the proper equipment, such as a full coverage tent to keep you safe and dry, warm sleeping bags, and some delicious food, you will have most of the comforts that you have at home. Only you'll be outside. Myth number 2. It's too expensive. Yes, everything you do seems to cost money. And yes, camping isn't free. But once you make that first investment in equipment, you will have many seasons of enjoyable camping at a fraction of the cost of staying in a hotel. Tell me, where else except at a campsite can you stay overnight with a family of 4 or more for under $50? Myth number 3. Camping is boring. What will I do with my children? Well, the answer is, while camping, pick some activities that your children like to do or let them choose what they want to do. Go with them for a walk on a nearby hiking trail. As you walk, use all of your senses to enjoy the world of nature. Go fishing. Think about how excited they'd be if they catch something. The following items aren't essential, but you can bring pencils, paper, and crayons for your children to draw what they see. Trees, flowers, fish, insects, animals. You can even pack board games or books that will keep them entertained, especially if it rains. There you have it, parents. 3 myths or false beliefs about camping. Next, let's talk about where to go. For your first family camping adventure with the children, we recommend campgrounds that are close to your home. There are different types of campgrounds. You and your family can enjoy camping on a hiking trail, on a nature park, or even near a lake or canal. What to pack? Aside from food, there are a few essential items required for a great campout. Here is what you will need: a tent, sleeping bags, blankets and pillows, a personal kit which includes soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, washcloth, and a towel, a camp stove and fuel, cooking utensils, paper plates and cups, a cooler with ice to keep perishable items cool, charcoal and starter fluid, bottled drinking water, a first aid kit for treating a cut or bruise, fighting off infection, insect repellent such as a spray or lotion for mosquito or other bug bites, firewood, matches, lighters, and newspaper, trash bags to clean up the area. Let me quickly go over those again so you'll be sure to remember all of them. A tent, sleeping bags, blankets and pillows, a personal kit which includes soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, washcloth, and a towel, a camp stove and fuel, cooking utensils, paper plates and cups, a cooler with ice to keep perishable items cool, charcoal and starter fluid, bottled drinking water, a first aid kit for treating a cut or bruise, fighting off infection, insect repellent such as a spray or lotion for mosquito or other bug bites, firewood, matches, lighters, and newspaper, trash bags to clean up the area. If you go camping, please remember to take those items back home with you. Now, what's cooking? Good food and your family's preparation of it is an important requirement for enjoyable camping. This is the part that can be easy or complicated. If you are going on your first camp out, you would probably want to take the easy road until you get more comfortable with cooking outdoors. So for that first time, take food that you like to eat and that is easy to make. For breakfast, scramble some eggs, fry some bacon, toast some bread on the camp stove, and serve chilled orange juice. Perishable food items, you know, all that food that is likely to go bad quickly, such as meats, milk, eggs, juice, and fruits, can be kept cool in a large cooler. Keep ice in plastic bags in the cooler. The food will last longer. For dinner, how about hot dogs with grilled corn on the cob for the main course? And pre-packaged cookies and a glass of milk make a great dessert. Be sure to include your children in the meal planning. Ask them what they would like to eat and sit down with them to prepare a menu. Get them involved in cooking by making sure that it is fun food that they would be eager to eat. Don't forget to let them assist in the cleanup. So, now that you know what is necessary when going camping, you should be well on your way to enjoying a successful camping trip with your family.
All right. Were you all able to hear the question? Hear the story properly? You all able to hear it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it's time for us to go over the questions. And so we're gonna go over it together. And so let's go ahead and do that. And we're gonna basically answer it based off of the story. So how was it? Was it easy to write it down, or did you find it difficult to get it?
It was easy.
Some of it.
Some of it. All right. All right. Do I have any volunteers to read? Anyone want to read? Any volunteers?
Answer all.
Go ahead.
Section.
You have to speak into the mic. I could barely hear you.
Okay. Hold on.
Mr. Petit,
Mm-hmm.
what year is this?
Boy, I have to give you that. I have to send it to you. I gotta see if I can remember.
You could just no man.
You hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. A, campers get to meet Ranger Tom. B, parents and children get to swim in the lake or canal. C, parents are able to spend time alone with their children. And D, campers are able to stay at a hotel.
Very good. So according to the recording, what is one of the benefits of family camping? What y'all have for this one?
Parents are able to spend time alone with their children.
Yeah, that's very good. Parents are able to spend time alone. That's not the only benefit. What other benefits did they mention about camping?
It's parents and children get
Parents
to
and children
swim in
get to
the
swim in lakes or
lakes and
canals.
canals.
I didn't hear that. Say it again.
Parents and children get to swim in lakes or canals.
Okay, very good. They said at the beginning, what are some of the benefits they mentioned at the beginning? I know they said time alone.
Experiencing nature.
Experiencing nature, that was a good one. And there's another one, the final one. They said time alone, experience the wonders of nature, and there's the last one. They're gonna remember the trip.
Yes, they're gonna remember it.
They're gonna remember it.
Remember the experience?
Yeah,
The
with
experience they had.
Yeah, very good. Very good. All right, next. In the recording, the following items are all recommended for breakfast on a camping trip, except for which one? Which one is not recommended?
Tuna and grits.
Yeah, tuna and grits was not recommended. But she mentioned scrambled egg, bacon, toasted bread. I was getting hungry. I ain't gonna lie, when she was mentioning. I ain't gonna lie, be honest. I was so hungry. I was like, all right, number 3. According to the recording, which of the following 4 essential items you need in order to have a successful trip?
C.
C, matches, yeah, a camp stove, bottled drinking water, a toothbrush. That's gonna be C. What are some other things that they mentioned? Essential items.
Pencils and crayons.
A tent.
Pencils, firewood.
Okay, I'm gonna say them and then y'all let me know if y'all love it. A tent, y'all love that?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sleeping bags.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Blankets and a pillow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What all goes in the personal kit? What all y'all have in the personal kit?
Toothbrush, toothpaste, water,
toothpaste,
towel,
washcloth. Very good. Yeah. She also mentioned charcoal.
Fire fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. Matches. Cooler with ice. Yes. Bottle drinking water. First aid kit. And what else? Insect what?
Insect repellent.
Repellent.
Or lotion.
Insect repellent. All right. In the recording, sorry, the speaking the recording is talking directly to
parents.
Parents, for sure, parents. Based on the recording, what are 2 activities involved in the world of nature that families can enjoy while on the trip?
Fishing.
They could go fishing.
They go fishing. They go fishing.
Or hiking together.
Fishing,
hiking. In the lake or canal.
Playing board games.
Board games, not in the world of nature. Wait, Involving. It has to be involving the world of nature. So
Fishing and hiking.
Fishing
Fishing
and
and
going
hiking.
swimming in the lake or the canal.
yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
area.
yeah. Or they could go walking as well. All right, true or false? Next to each of the following statements, write the letter T on the space provided if the statement is true, and F if the statement is false. It is more expensive to go camping than to stay in a hotel for a week.
False.
False. That's absolutely false. False. That's actually a myth. Camping is only for persons who enjoy being outdoors.
False.
False.
False. For the first camping trip, you should choose a campground that is near to where you live.
True.
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 Very good. True. True. All right. Next. Anyone get all right so far? So far,
Yes,
all
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
All
Yep.
right. All right, good.
Yes, sir.
The speaker's concern for Mother Nature, our natural surroundings, is shown by some kinds of items she mentions that people take along the trip.
Trash bags.
Name one
trash.
recommended item that shows the speaker's belief that the campers should take care of their natural surroundings.
Trash bag.
Trash
Trash
bags.
bag.
Trash bags,
Like
very
trash-
good. Yeah, trash bag to take out the trash. Now, B, what does the speaker advise campers to do with the items they take on a camping trip once the trip is over?
Carry it back
Carry them
home.
back home with them.
Carry back home with them, very good. Write a suitable word to describe the speaker's tone when advising campers about what to do with the items they carry along on a camping trip once the trip is over.
Urgency.
Informative.
Not
Asking.
informative.
Asking.
Asking, there's another word.
Reminding.
Reminding, no.
Urgency.
Caution.
Pleasing. Leading.
Pleading. She had a pleading tone. Pleading. She remember she said, please. You remember that? And so she had a pleading tone, right? Okay, or begging tone. All right. Next.
I put asking.
Asking tone. Okay.
No,
A
like she
family-
asked them to take the stuff back.
Yeah, she was begging them basically. All right, a family plans to protect itself by carrying certain items on the camping trip. Complete the table below so that it shows several items taken on a trip and what kind of protection they will provide the campers with. All right, so items taken on a trip and what type of protection. So a cooler with ice is gonna protect against food spoiling. The first aid kit is gonna protect against what?
Cuts.
Cuts and injuries.
Cuts. And what else? Cuts
bruises.
and bruises, yeah. And bruises. And then for the mosquitoes, stings or bites on bug bites, what you need for that?
Spray or lotion.
You need the insect repellent.
Insect repellent.
Insect repellent. Insect repellent. And the tent, what's the tent protect against?
The wilderness.
Rain, wind,
Rain.
animal.
The tent protects against animals.
It's attack
It
for
protects
the
you
rain
from-
and the mosquitoes, I guess, coming at you. Or any other crawly stuff.
What did she say you could do in times of rain?
You could be there
could sit
playing
and read a
games
book
or
or play
using
board game.
drawing
Mhm,
stuff
mhm.
you saw when you went on your walk.
So it's there to protect against the rain and the elements. So the rain and the elements. All right. The rain and the elements. All right. That includes the sun as well. The sun too. All right. I think that's it. That's all the questions. Yeah, that's all. All right. We didn't have no notes, so once you already finished with this, how did y'all feel y'all did on this? Was it
Good.
I
easy,
did good.
difficult?
I did
Very
very
good.
good. I did
Very
good.
good. All right, so basically remember, first reading, you do not write. You just listen. Then after that, there's going to be a short pause, 3 minutes. You go over the notes. Please go over the notes. Answer the stuff that's on the notes. The notes is very helpful. And then after that, then you go ahead and you listen to it again and make as much notes as you can, All right. What is the first myth? What's the first myth of camping? What's the first myth?
Camping
remember?
is only for an outside
Very good.
outdoor person.
Camping is only for outdoor. Camping.
Okay.
What's the next myth?
It costs a lot.
It's too expensive. And what's the next myth?
It's boring.
It's boring.
It's boring. Very good. All right, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll see you all on tomorrow, God's Spare Life. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Good
Good night.
night.
Good night, good night, good night,
By God's grace.
good night, good night,
Good night.
good night.